right, we're live here, guys. Give me 1 second to get everything up and going, and we will be right back with you here. All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in today to the Reality Practice live Q&A with Liliana de Cruz and myself, Joey Kramer. Give me a few minutes here to kind of get the show off and running and all of the back end stuff working while everybody's joining, and we'll officially get the show launched and started. Liliana, if you want to talk for a few minutes while I get everything on the back end set up, feel free and have at it here.
Hi everyone, good evening. Thank you for popping up and to show up with us. Reality Practice Network. We are Joey and Liliana. Need no further introduction, really. And we are delighted that you can join us today. And we want to talk about all sorts of things. What is the law? The law of I forgot.
Yeah, we're going to talk about just universal laws in general. There's
The
all
universal law.
kinds of them out there, but we'll dive into a bunch of different ones and kind of answer questions for
Or
people as they come up.
yeah, or if you just want to pop in and put some questions today, we just answer your questions. We want to make this, interesting and learning and, available to you so you don't feel a bit out. We want to dive into quantum field every time you are with us. Just want to know that this space is not just physical. We dive into the quantum space so you can understand the energies that are associated with all this, not teaching, but guidance. So if you can just pop on and feel the energies, let us know how they're manifesting into your body. Saying that, we have the eclipse of the moon. It was absolutely beautiful. I couldn't see it from the UK because there was no chance, very cloudy. But I tell you guys, the last 2 days I've been meditating more than usual. And another load, like really tingling on my chakra all the way yesterday, day before. There's a lot of information coming through the mind's eye and the body itself. I hope you guys have felt it. If you have felt it, put in the comments. Let us know how the eclipse of the moon worked for you. What was your manifest during that period? Anything that you might achieved or you are waiting to achieve. And I take this opportunity to open this section just by saying if you want to have any kind of assistance on one-to-one with ourselves, we are just creating like a group session, and Joey will put something together in due course. So feel free to send us a message and let us help you out because we have been there with no guidance whatsoever, and we kind of bit have lost ourselves. So now we don't want you to get lost in your journey. So this is a ascension journey. We're not here to teach you anything that you probably don't know. We're just here to guide you to upskill and up level your ascension, if that makes sense.
Yes, yes. Thank you for taking over there for a second while I got everything up and running. It wouldn't let me share it, except it kept saying an error trying to share it to your specific page there, Liliana. So I just shared it to mine and tagged you in it. So don't know what's going on with it, but it
Let
is
me
what it
just
is
send
for
it.
today. We've already got
Let
quite a
me
few
see.
people tuned in to today's show. And like Liliana said, and I mentioned before, we're going to be
Yeah,
diving into today the different types of laws of the universe. You know, everybody's familiar with the law of attraction, but we've got, so many other universal laws that are out there, from the law of polarity, law of resistance, law of vibration, law of compensation, cause and effect. Somebody on the feed here already said, let's see, the law of reciprocity. So yeah, we're going to dive
what's that?
into a
Ooh,
lot of
I never
different
heard of that
laws
one.
here and really dive into them and kind of explain them for you. If you guys have questions or want to know about specific ones like the law of reciprocity, we can dive into all sorts of questions on this and answers, at least to the best of our knowledge that we understand them to be. Like Liliana and I always say, we don't know everything. We don't pretend to know everything, but we know what we know because it's all come from our own personal experience. It's all come from
Uh-huh.
us learning as we go and making those mistakes. That's what we're here to do. We're here to make mistakes so that we can evolve, grow from them. So opening the show up, I'd say let's start just with the law of attraction, because I feel like that's the most common one. And I had a friend years ago when I was first starting to get into all of this, metaphysical and spirituality and whatnot, and got to talking with him about law of attraction. And, he's a skeptic. So he stops and says, well, that's not really a science-based law. That's not really real. It's just something that they say, the law of attraction. And I'm like, okay, I guess if you say so, good for you. That's the way you want to look at it, but the fact is we live in an energetic universe. We live in a universe, and every particle of us, every particle of everything is interconnected through that energy, right? And that goes to the first law, which is the law of oneness. So everything is connected by that energy, but energy attracts like energy, and then it repels energy that's not in congruence, not in the same frequency, just like magnets. It's the law of magnetism, the law of attraction. So it totally is. It's a universal, metaphysical law. I think that's where a lot of the metaphysical, the universal laws are so misunderstood, because people look at science as being the only end all be all that there is. Science is science. Metaphysical science is woo woo, fairy tale, mystical stuff. And it's just frankly a lie. It's not true. It is a real, these are metaphysical sciences versus physical sciences. So people that discredit these laws, really just don't know what they're talking about. And they're really being closed-minded in what the universe really is and what we're able to do. Yes, the law of gravity, anti-gravity. I mean, these are physical, three-dimensional laws that we have to live by, according to Newton and all of his findings, and Einstein. According to physics, there's certain laws that cannot be changed as far as we understand them to be. The law of gravity, that's one of the biggest ones that is so misunderstood. We still don't really know what the hell the law of gravity is. It's just what it's holding us on Earth. It's keeping everything together. So yeah, we can go into all sorts of different topics here with this one. What do you think about the law of attraction, Liliana? Looks like, let's see, we got real quick. We got Tina's here. Hello, Tina. We got Adam Duvall's on here. Bunch of different people are getting tagged. It looks like Ethan Feelgood, Lorian Hartberry, Emily Madden, Christina Casey. If you guys are tuning in, watching, thank you so much. We'd love to have you here. Please answer or ask questions as you see fit. Anything comes up, we will do our best to get to you and get to your question. So take it from there, Liliana. The law of attraction. What do you feel about the law of attraction, and how does it play a role in your life and in manifesting?
Look, this is a prime live example how this law works. While I was going through my spiritual awakening, no coincidence, I met this guy, my brother from another mother. Although we traveled in many dimensions together, past lives, whatever, I had no idea how this law is going to work. I become attracted to people who was resonating with my journey at the time, and no coincidence, even if you believe it or not, it works so fascinating in a manifested way that never in a million years I thought I was going to do podcasts. I was going to be able to open my throat chakra and speak about something that I know nothing about, and I never believe anything about this anyway. So if someone said to me, "Oh, you attract that person because so and so," I say, "Yeah, you crazy. I attract that person because I like that person." It doesn't work like that. Yes, you can like that person. There's a vibrational match behind it. That is your frequency already resonating with that law of attraction. So if you want to manifest anything into your life with a law of attraction, you know for sure there's a match of vibrational influence beforehand, if that makes sense to you guys. So for example, if you want to attract, let's say, your husband to be, and you don't know where to start, you have to put on your mind's eye what you're looking like. What is the qualities you're going to want in this guy? I speak about this because this is the most desirable subject that everybody is looking for in nowadays. Because I see a lot of people going through spirituality and they change their life so much that most of them that I know actually split up from their marriages, from their boyfriends, from their girlfriends, and they're now single. I see a lot of status by single, 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 single. Why? Because they are looking now for a big vibrational match because they ditched the old belief system that was implemented before they woke up to this new reality, and they now wanted to have this attraction match, which we call it the law of attraction. So they want the perfect life. Let me say, there is no perfect in this this realm. All right, this realm is perfectly imperfect. So whatever you're looking for, look inside of you first. What is the qualities that you have, yes, you, that's going to match with your desirable match, if that makes sense. So, for example, if you have these qualities, they're like 5 or 10 qualities that you love about yourself, do you want the same qualities to match your qualities? Or do you want some other aspects that you lack in order to manifest this law of attraction into your life? Because I'm going to give you a prime example. When I um, desire something that is going to resonate with a lot of attraction, in my part, I always ask for something that I don't possess. Okay, instead of saying, "Oh, I want a Vulcan man because I am an awoken woman," it doesn't work like that. Sometimes the universe has other plans for us. You can't make everything perfect because this is an imperfect world. So what I do know is I look for things that I don't have, I lack, so they can teach me because this is about ascension. Eventually, if everything is perfect in my world, that's not going to teach me anything. I'm going to send it no further than what I am today. That's why I become to guide people because I have no clue how these law work. And if, because I have no clue, I become to understand that the law works, yes, on a vibrational match, but on a frequency that I'm vibrating on, but I have to be willing to give something that I don't have myself, if that makes sense. But understanding the frequency that is going to help it not to be so stressed out. Of, even if that frequency is going to give a little bit of that, that means that you have a lot of work to do and you're still on the progression to the ascension. Joey, do you agree or do you disagree? How do you
Yes,
look at that?
absolutely. And you hit on an important aspect there. You know, the law of attraction, it does have to do with energy, which leads right into many of the other laws that are out there. You know, you've got the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, meaning that energy is always moving. It's just
Moving.
that the universe is constantly moving. So the idea of attracting that energy, that specific frequency that you want to resonate at, you have to know where you're going. You have to envision it. You have to believe and see it in your mind first in order to actually know the destination that you want to go. If you took off driving across the country and had no idea where you were going, but for instance, in the United States, I'm in Missouri. If I want to get to LA and I don't have GPS, I don't have a map, I'm going to get there at some point in time, but how I get there and how long it takes me to get there is completely up in the air because I'm just guessing more or less and watching, following street signs. But if I have a map, if I have GPS, if I know without a shadow of a doubt the specific location I'm going and I have a road map to get there, then the law of attraction allows that to come to you because you can then align to that frequency, that other law, the law of vibration. Everything is energetically vibrating. And I use the idea, the analogy of a radio, the old, any kind of radio. You go to the dial, the old fashioned ones that you tune the dial up and down with the knob. Same thing works with the push button. You're trying to adjust your frequency. And if you think of it, there's an infinite number of frequencies, there's an infinite number of wavelengths of radio stations you can be listening to. So what radio station do you want to program your reality to be on? Once you program it, once you find that resonance, that harmonize with that frequency, then it allows for that law of attraction to start taking place. It allows for it to start coming into your reality, because before that, you can't even see the reality. The reality, this is all quantum physics. You cannot even see what does not exist until you actually bring it into existence. So anything you dream of, anything you want to become, great. But until you actually visualize it and make it and harmonize on that frequency, it doesn't exist to you. It's just a thought. It's just random thought out in the universe. It's now time to harmonize. It's now time to find that frequency. Which brings us to another problem I think that we all run across, some more than others, is the law of resistance. That's another universal law. And I just learned this yesterday in doing an interview on my podcast. And we got deep into the law of resistance. And the person I had on, she was discussing it, saying that, embrace that resistance. Wherever that resistance is the problem that needs to be fixed. You need to sprint towards the resistance, and don't be afraid of the resistance. Just because it's hard, just because it seems difficult, that's not, that the hard part isn't what this is all about. It's about being able to recognize when that resistance hits and ask yourself, oh, something's happening. There's something, whatever is resisting me, it's keeping me from getting to my next potential reality. So go towards the resistance. What do you feel about that, Liliana?
I've been there and I know it because I was resisting my core. I was just not giving room to improve myself as a multidimensional being that I am. I was just living in a physical, resisting that I was more than this meat. And I resisted for so long that the resistance was so bad or so intense in my part that the universe kept hitting me hard, saying, no, I know what you want, but this is not what you want. Deep inside of your soul, you are resisting what you know that not is going to be the way for you. And it's like part of my brain was saying go right, and the other part of my brain said go left because everybody's going to go left. And I had to stop resisting and say, look, just because the world all go left, I don't have to go left with the world because I'm a multidimensional being, and the world hasn't yet acknowledged this. Now that I've acknowledged this, I just can't go left anymore. Stop right there, stop resisting. So I stopped, and then I had to give into the resistance and go right. So this is the most wonderful when you understand where the resistance lies, because the problem with us humans, everybody wants to live well. Everybody wants is okay. We are entitled to that. The problem that we don't know, and this is what the reality practice start to teach on the quantum level, is what can go right, knowing and applying the knowledge on the quantum field. So we have to stop the resistance, go to deep of the soul, which is inside of us anyway, connect with the whole essence, which is us, with everyone in the universe itself, the stars, the moon, the sun. Once you tapped into that, because I did, and I'm life proof of this, because I can manage the weather. It was raining lots today, and I decided no. Yesterday, I said I worked with a property manager on Monday, and everybody said, "Oh, it's going to rain." And I said, "It could rain everywhere, but where I'm working, it's not going to rain." And guess what? I say thank you. Every time I say thank you for what I know that I can do, because the power lies within me, I say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much because I know the rain will stop. And the weather, the clouds is the part. Oh, look, I'm talking. Look behind me. The sunshine is opening. Look, this is living proof that I know when you tap into something that you are resisting all your life. And once you show to people, what you can do, and you show no um, fear about how they're going to judge you, because what you know is what you know. Then people start to see, they call me Lily crazy. Oh, she's Lily crazy now. I don't mind, because I know my crazy is the good crazy that most people haven't tapped into. I'm talking about this, and look at the weather. If I pull up the curtains, it's open up already. The sun is even bright as I speak about it, because I stopped resisting what I knew that I could not go on if I didn't stop. Resistance is everything that we don't want to happen, because we feel and anxious because, someone's going to judge me, because if I done that way, they're going to judge me because I haven't done as well as them. But doing well is not always about the money. Doing well is about following your sole purpose, so you can come up stronger. You can come up. I have no problems in saying I can manipulate the weather. No problem. Every time I speak about this, the sun opens up, and this is live show, and you just saw it. As I spoke about the sun and how I manipulate the weather, it's one of the things. You tap into your power. You stop resisting. You stop resisting all the fear that the world creates. Oh, because you have to do this, because you have to do. No, you do what you think you can do with your powers, and you stop your resistance altogether, to show it to, not to the world, to yourself. And then when the world can see what you do, they go like, wow, if she tapped into this quantum, I want to know. I want to do it. I want to know more. I want. So if you don't know how to do it, please, guys, we have wonderful ways of teaching you how to tap into the quantum field. But while we have these sessions live, why don't you put your comments in there and ask us questions while we're live? Because we're here to teach you for free. Live sessions are for free. So save you a bunch of money, a ton of money,
Right.
because, yeah, Joey, I'm
Yes,
resistant that
absolutely.
I am.
Um, yeah, guys, the stuff we teach when you tune in live, invaluable for sure. We love sharing with you different topics, what we know, but for sure, if you want to learn more, if you want to take this to the next step, we're putting some packages together that are going to help people. I think we're going to start offering a private monthly group with private meetings and
Uh-huh.
everything that you can sign up for. And for a small cost, we're also rolling out some different coaching packages with different options to work one-on-one with Liliana and me, or either or, it doesn't matter there. But yeah, take all you can in on these free sessions, ask all the questions you
Please,
want, and we're going to
please,
try and answer as
please.
many as we can for you. And then the
Because,
private sessions will go
yeah,
deeper for sure. Speaking of questions, let's kind of get into. We've got some today. One, I don't
fantastic.
know who this
Thank you.
is. It just says Facebook user here. The law of reciprocity. I've got it pulled up right here. And the law of reciprocity refers to a social phenomenon when people feel obligated to give back to someone who gave something to them. So we reciprocate it. And it's just this idea that we owe somebody some sort of value
Something.
for,
Wow.
if they give
A
us
favor.
value,
A
we
favor.
give them value back. And that correlates right in line with the law of compensation. I think money gets a bad rap in the spiritual community. Wanting to be rich gets a bad rap. They say money is the root of all evil. Bullshit. Money is absolutely nothing. It is only a system of compensation for giving value. You give value to somebody, you expect to be compensated. You expect to have that reciprocated back to you. So my value is one thing. My value is what I'm giving right now. This is value that I give that I hope and I intend to attract the law of reciprocity, because I'm going to find certain people out there that see value in what I give and what Liliana gives. And they will reciprocate that by using the law of compensation in order to give a fair compensation for what you deem to be valuable. And the whole idea is the majority of the people in the world that are rich, Jeff Bezos, billionaire. Elon Musk, billionaire. Why?
Oh,
They
yeah.
are creating so much value. You can not like what they do, who they are, what they stand for. That's irrelevant to the conversation. The simple fact
Uh-huh.
is they provide enormous amounts of value to humanity
always.
in certain
Yeah.
aspects, and they are compensated for that value. Same goes for Tony Robbins and other big time,
Big
self-improvement
coaches.
people like that. They are giving such massive value and changing people's lives. They're being compensated through the law of reciprocity and law of compensation, because they're being compensated enormously. I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars. Why? Because they're giving value. That's the whole basis of life, I believe, is
Mhm.
you give of yourself from a loving mindset. You give of yourself and love what you do, love who you give to, all of that, all of the aspects of just creating consciously out of love. And if you give enough value and you hit the right people with value, they're going to use the law of reciprocity, and they're going to in turn give it back to you. What do you guys think on that? Comments, if you agree with that. What do you think, Liliana? Is money the root of all evil?
I thought there was. That's why I've been stagnant. I was never open to receive money, but though I used to have a lot of ways of income, and then the thing with me was the money would never kept. It was we talked this before the show. It was coming in one door, but it goes out of the other straight away. So I was never able to keep the money. So I was not able to make it work to create more money. Maybe because, and this is something that is going to scare you all to death, but I'm going to say it anyway because this is only my personal experience, all right? So, what I found out about me was this is kind of recent, guys. I said this last show that we will think we are perfect and we not, we want to see ourselves as good people. This is the word I was looking for. But deep down, we all have things that we don't want the world to see. Nobody talks in a Facebook about how bad you've done wrong to some people. It doesn't matter who they are. Maybe you treat some person in the street that was not good. Maybe you've done wrong to your mom or your child, or and certain things are quite secretly because you just don't want the world to know. Now, what I found out is some things sometimes they are hard to make and do their justice on the basis that we were talking about these laws, I found out something really important in my life that helped me to achieve a lot of things that I created for myself. One of those was they are tingling. Thank you very much. I love you. One of the things was I made wrong to somebody, quite a while back. I didn't realize how wrong I made this somebody, and I met somebody with the same situation, somebody made wrong to this person in the same way that I made wrong to that person. If that makes sense, I'm not gonna say what it is because it doesn't matter. My flaws are no important. It's just an example. And what I found out was some things in life you can't make right ever again. And what you can do is you see the same situation, it crosses you, but you can make right this time round because the universe works in that respect. You meet somebody either to teach or to learn. And when this law comes to your path and you are able to recognize that now it's the time to make it right, not with the same person, but universe knows it all, everyone is, the universe sees it all, and then you are saying to yourself, okay, I now recognize this mistake that I've done, and I have an opportunity to make it right with a different person. But because we are all one anyway, it's like I'm making right with that person. I couldn't make it in this life. Can I have this opportunity and do it? Once you put your mind into it and you just do your make it right with the wrong, if that makes sense, then you are make it in the law. I don't know if you agree with me, but I found out this was super valuable for me for my progression.
I got you. I got you. Yes. Next question here. We got, how many universal laws are there? Um, there's a
Oh,
ton
no
of
idea.
universal laws, but I Googled it just to see, and it says 12. According to most people out there, there are 12 universal
Oh,
laws. And but
Bob Proctor.
there's so many sub laws, I guess you would call them. I've seen 50, 60, 70, a list of all these different laws, but I think there are technically 12 universal principal laws that this
I think
whole
I've shared.
creating reality is based on, really. Have you heard any different on that, Liliana?
No, I've shared Bob Proctor. If you guys are watching this, go to Proctor because I've learned a lot of stuff with him. And he talks about all these laws, all of them. I've actually shared them on my Facebook, and I don't know if I shared it on Reality Practice, but I can go and check it up, and I can put a post after the show to tell you how many laws are there. But all the laws are created for us to, it's for our evolution. It's not because we have to obey. It's not like we obey the government or anything like that. These laws are universal laws for us to ascend and progress on our ascension. These laws are for our understanding. They're not like a punishment, or if you don't do, you're going to be punished or anything like that. And they don't work like that. It's purely to understand that everything has a reason and a season. And all these laws are teaching us to become one with everything and everyone. And when we understand these laws, we are able to progress further so we don't have to repeat past mistakes because now the knowledge is within ourselves and now we can pass the knowledge to other people. Obviously, we don't know everything. We learn as we teach. This is why we like to go live because we learn so much from you guys as well. And if you want to, put your comments in there and tell us about some laws that probably we don't understand or we don't know, feel free. But I know I've put a post some while back. Bob Proctor, always teaching from these laws.
Yes, and Bob Proctor's amazing. God rest him, his soul. He left us finally, but yeah, he's amazing. Stacy Van Thune, actually, one of the new hosts on the Reality Practice Network. Her entire training, teaching background is from Bob Proctor. She went to his institute. So if you guys like what Bob taught and how he brought everything out to the world, definitely check out Stacy's new show. I think you'll get a lot of
And
value out of it. She's definitely a spark plug for sure. I really enjoy watching and listening to her. Let's see. Next thing we got, Richard asked or mentioned, the law of cause and effect. How are you doing today, Richard? Good to have you
hi
here.
there.
And it's cause and effect. That law of cause and effect is pretty straightforward in the fact that, and I think Liliana and I preach and teach about this all the time, is you can't just imagine your reality and then poof, it doesn't just appear. That's not how this three-dimensional world works. You have to actually take action and set things into motion. Yes, you have to have a vision. You have to see it clearly and know where you want to go and what you want to do to get there. But then you have to take that action, which is the cause and effect. For every cause, there will be an outcome. Are you not happy with where your life's at right now, with the path you've taken? Well, you need to start analyzing and assessing what has caused your life to be at this point in time. What steps have you taken or not taken to arrive at this destination at this moment in time? Everything is a direct correlation to the things you have done previous to this moment. We created this show. We're creating the Reality Practice Network. That was all started with vision, and then it got put into action. Certain steps were taken in order for it to create into what it is today and what it will become. But everything, good or bad, has a cause, which then has an effect. If we didn't have cause and effect, we'd literally just be sitting here in a state of nothingness, doing nothing. We have to always, energy has to flow. That transmutation of energy, everything has to continually be flowing, and everything has a cause which turns into an effect, if that makes sense. What do you think, Liliana?
All set because Richard is from the property group. Is that Richard Fay? Yeah,
Yes.
Richard Fay. Yeah. Hi, Richard. Hi. Nice to see you here. You know very well because we've been mentored this. Okay, we have the same mentorship. We have the same coaching programs that we used and abused basically, and we know this. When things don't go our way, it's because we're not taking enough action. In my case, I was not taking enough action because I was disrupted with this awakening of my soul. It was not like I was asleep or anything like that. I was just resisting. That's again another lot of book before this one. And the resistance that I was progressing, it was so intense that it gave me an opportunity to stop and say, is this the direction that I'm want really, really, really want to go for? And although yes, half of me wants to, other half of me wants to create this. So when I met Joey, we just kind of start talking, right? And this is the proof. This is no, we can't lie live because this is the proof that Joey and I just start chatting about our awakening and our journey and our experiences and how frightening and how wonderful it was in time. But then we start to create something. I came to the group. I helped develop a little bit. I helped to expand the group. It's not a big group. We don't even have 1,000 members. By the way, invite your family and friends so we can reach at least 1K. It's nothing. But and this I had this vision and I share it with Joe and I said, look, I'm committed to this because deep inside of me, this is exactly what I really wanted to do. But again, my vibe, my frequency was not matching some other things that I needed. So I decided that these frequencies that I want for myself was to help Joey to enhance the reality practice and to make this worldwide. Are we doing this already? Yes, we are. Are we changing lives? Yes, we are. Are we giving value? Yes, we are. Before I used to think, oh, I'm not worthy. Be careful with the words. They're very, very powerful because we attract more of what we say. I was not worthy to speak because I knew nothing about teaching, I knew nothing about the quantum, I knew nothing about all this. And suddenly I said, look, I have this vision. Why do we invite these people to join us and why we don't? And then Joey started to do these things. Is that the reality that we created? Is that because the law? Is that, yes, it is because we put motion, action into it. Are we doing well? Are we going to thrive? Of course we are. We interact with like-minded people. We have Brian Scott on the shows. We have a vision now for the future. And if we help only one person each day, are we happy? We can't change the world in one go. We change the world one soul at a time. And this is my always be my best phrase. And this is what we want you to do is instead of thinking where you're going, which direction you're gonna go because you're not sure, stop and think if this is the one you're taking the most action on. Because it wasn't. I was not taking the action that I was asked for. I couldn't be bothered actually. I was like, but today I said to myself, I'm taking responsibility, full responsibility now for my side because I've been negligent since my awakening. And today I decided that it was actually today after all these meditations that I had through the moon, eclipse of the moon, I had so many visions coming up. And today this one said, yes, do you know what? The property business is actually not going to go away. You just delayed it because you're not taking enough action, because you being called for your soul purpose. So it doesn't mean that I cannot do the two. It's where I put my energy on the most. So if I divide my energy for 50-50, am I still going to be successful and achieve what I want? Of course, yet, because everything is in emotion and I can create that. Correct?
Yes, correct, correct. And it kind of goes, I was going to highlight here, we had a question, but what you're saying is resistant to me, not resistant to it. And it was going back to that law of resistance, but it goes into a little bit of what you were just speaking about, and that's the law of polarity. You know, there is always, based on energy, based on quantum, there's a you can go right, you can go left, you can go up, you can go down. There's the opposites. Everything in the world is full of opposites. So the law of polarity, and kind of the law of harmony, really, it's that the idea is one, we have to recognize that there's always two competing narratives in the universe. There's two competing energies. There's two competing thoughts, right, wrong, good, evil. Everything is dualistic and there's a polarity between them. So once we recognize the law of polarity and that there are those opposites of one another, that opens up the door for the law of resistance, because now you're in awareness that there are the two. And once you're aware that the two exist, you can now start to see where that resistance is at. And it's you creating the resistance. You're the only one here. You're the only one imagining all of this into existence. So if there's
Uh-huh.
resistance in your life, you are the sole cause of that resistance. I'm sorry if that's harsh. I'm sorry if that sounds mean, but the fact is, you are the sole cause of that resistance because it's coming from your subconscious mind, which is creating that resistance. Once it's there, become aware of it, become aware of that polarity. Why does it exist? And then we're going to move right into the law of harmony. We want to harmonize with that frequency. We don't want to be too far left, too far right. We want to be right in the middle so that we can consciously create and be aware that these exist. They always have existed, but they don't have to be your reality. Once you step outside of the reality that's being subconsciously created and become a conscious creator, you now are creating the reality you choose. You choose to go a
Uh-huh.
little this direction or a little that direction, but you're coming from a harmonized central frequency here, and it's your choice as to where you go from there, if that makes sense.
Exactly, and I've learned with that law because I could not understand much about it unless because the thing is I haven't asked. I know I've been given like a lot of opportunities to learn about this, but the opportunities that were given to me, they were talking always, "Oh, do you want to know how to make money?" And this was always presented to me like money was the only thing they were giving me, and when I stopped it was because I didn't want to learn about to make money. I wanted to learn about me. Who am I? Before I make the money, who am I? What am I doing here? Where am I going after this? What is this life about? Do you understand? Those four questions are so important. And this is what I wanted to teach you guys. If you want to work on one to one, I wanted to tap into something that nobody could ever tell me. They was offering me how to make millions of pounds. It's nice to have the pounds, but am I going to ascend or make some evolution if I don't know anything about myself? Do I want to reincarnate over and over and over again because this is what they're going to teach me just to make money and that's it? I'm happy. Do you think this money makes people happy? You're wrong. They don't give a toss. They will not tell you the horrors they go through on their daily lives. Make no mistake, this is a live Q&A. If you think that everybody shows you how to make money, don't go through horrors or horrible phase in their lives, you are deluded. You are completely deluded not to understand before they make this money, they have to go to these laws, which is meeting themselves before they can balance. They have to deal with their demons like I did. They have to deal with their goodness. They have to deal with their evil side to make a vibrational balanced frequency before they go any further. If I'm speaking wrong, nobody told me this. I've experienced myself, and I know exactly what I'm talking about. And once you are in your deepest dark of the dark, when you meet your demons, and you just think, "Oh my gosh, is this it? Before I go to see the light, do I have to navigate through this law because it exists, always been there, but I did not understand." You become deluded if you think that everybody's going to show you how to make money without showing you who you truly are before you're making this money. Because what you want desperately, you repel the most. And this is what I was doing. You want something so badly that oh I want to marry this girl. Oh, she's the love of my life. I just want. Stop that. Stop you cruel, because you ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
Just put it out to the universe. Believe it is going to be delivered to you because I said this before. You believe that you bought it already, paid, and somebody's going to deliver to you. So now you just stop and don't crave for it anymore. Trust it. Stop resisting because this is where every single person does wrong. And I was doing the same. guilty as much. I was doing the same. I was like, oh, I want this. I want. Yeah, but you want what? For what? Because you're not giving yourself a chance. And when I say, oh, actually, do you know what? I know I'm going to have it, so I'll leave it to you now. Thank you very much. When you're ready, I'll expect it. That's it. That's all you have to do. Believe that you got it, and that's it. It doesn't matter
Right.
if it takes 3 months, 3 years. Your timing is your personal timing. Nobody's the same. There is a reason for the time. Time doesn't exist, by the way, in the quantum field, but in here, your timing is your individual timing. So stop being cruel to yourself because some of us are just we are so cruel to ourselves because we don't understand.
Hmm.
It's a
Absolutely.
natural thing. We don't understand. We just think, oh, but if that person could do it, why cannot I do it? You don't know what that person been through. They're not going to tell you how many sleepless nights they have, how many worries, how many stress, how much anxiety, what they've done to get it. They don't tell you. They just tell you the good. Oh, look, I've got it. They don't tell you the demons, nothing. Correct, Joey?
Yes, absolutely. We I think it's finding. I put up here Agathon. She said the law of balance. That's what I was looking for when I was saying harmonizing. Um, it's finding that balance. That's what I was meaning to say earlier when I was saying don't go too far right, don't go too far left. Find the middle road and stay balanced. Be aware of it. And it kind of goes right into the law of rhythm, another universal law. Everything has a rhythm. Everything has a cycle. You're stuck in your current cyclical existence and reality because of the actions that you've put into place. The thoughts that you've had create those actions, which create your reality. And we live in this rhythm of natural rhythm versus us fighting it, fighting that resistance. When we start to go within and we start to be aware of the triggers, we start to be aware of that polarity. It then allows us to balance ourselves. When we start to balance ourselves,
Uh-huh,
we can start to use our genuine intuition from within us,
uh-huh.
which allows us to feel those rhythms, those ups, those downs, and it allows us to get on that frequency that we want to be on more often. Can you get on it 24 hours a day and stay in that rhythm? No, not usually, not unless you're very experienced, not unless you're a yogi who's been doing this for 50 years and you meditate. Are we all capable of it? Yes. But finding that balance, finding that rhythm, it takes work. It's not hard work. It's not scary work, but it takes commitment. It takes time from you to actually center yourself, to find that balance and to get on that rhythmic plane of where you want to go and where you want to be. So yeah, it's all these laws. If you're kind of seeing um, the relationship here, they all play into one another and they all feed off of each other and they all play an important role in creating reality. It's just been, it's been thought of as hoo-hoo, as mystical. But as you can see going through this, I mean, they all make 100% perfect sense. This is why this is happening. This is why that's happening. We're out of alignment. We're out of rhythm. We're out of balance. We're going against universal laws and we're getting the results that would be expected. If you're doing something wrong, you're going to get punished for, in school, you do something wrong, you get punished for it. You do something, you make a bad decision in life, you get punished for it. When we start looking at these laws and
When,
taking them into account and like actually using them and understanding how they work, the world starts to
just
open up
understand.
for you.
Yeah, just
What?
understanding the basics. A lot of people, the mentors always talk about, and we don't understand this, as above, so below. But we don't know. We don't know what is above, what is below. We're still searching. What is above? What is below? We just don't understand the presence around us. That everything is connected. As above, so below. As above, so below. And people, when I have trouble, because we all have trouble. Remember, this is not nobody's exception. When you have trouble to manifest something, you are disconnecting yourself. You're disconnecting from something really deep. And where can you go? I've been on the woods this weekend. I was like, I need to go. I'm getting this anxiety because I was presenting with some situation in someone's place, but I'm not going to tell life what was it. And I said, no, this is my time. I'm going to reconnect. And a lot of people think reconnect is just saying like, well, Zen. Yes, you can be Zen, but the nature that gives everything. Or your internet, our internet, the most beautiful internet, it's connected to the roots below. If you can't connect to the roots below, you're not going to be able to connect here, and you cannot understand what is above. So sometimes you have to understand the law to understand who you are in the whole, to understand the manifestation, the law of attraction, the cause and effect, and the resistance, and all that, because everything is in perfect harmony. We just are so imbalanced human beings. I mean, I'm speaking for myself. How many years I've learned? Look, I'm nearly 50 years of age. I'm only learning just now. It took me 50 years to start learning again. I was like, why? Can I just not knew this a few years back? My life would be fantastically brilliant. No, because I was not open to it. I resisted since 2012. I've been resisting. And damn, I did not know I was cold. I was like, oh, you could have not maybe more. But then I understood, no, that was not my timing. Why? Because I was married, I have my children to raise, I have a business to do, I have family to look after, and I was a role model for all these people. So that was not my timing, for goodness sake. Do I have regrets? No, because that was not my time. When we understand that everything is a time and a season and a reason, then you wake up to something. I help these people in property management a few days a week, and this Monday I said I called my quantum friends and I said, look, when I get there, everything is going to be this way or the other. I'm not going to say anything about it because it's not important to you guys. But when I manifested this and I saw the vision clear happen in front of my eyes, what I planned ahead, I was like, okay, in the quantum field, everything is possible. I'm not even here. Do you know, I spent the whole day saying thank you. The whole day I was working. I said, I understand the law. I thank you, and I thank you, and I thank you. And I've been all day, honestly, guys, the whole day on Monday, what I did, I expressed gratitude for everything because I saw it in front of my eyes, everything that I believe in, the quantum field. I was not even there. I was like, thank you, and thank you, and thank you. And the gratitude attracts so much. And this is, I cannot stress this enough. If you haven't done it, try it. Try a whole day without asking anything. Without say, oh, I want this house. Oh, I want this car. Oh, I want this boyfriend. I want this girl. Just say, thank you. I don't have it, but I believe it's going to be mine. And thank you. Just try it. I beg you, all of you that are watching this today, just spend a whole day thank for anything, even if it's just hot water or cold water, fresh water. It doesn't matter which water you have. As long as you are thankful for this water, believe me, your world start open up with so many blessings. Then you will be able to manifest. You cannot manifest if you're not grateful. If you are grumpy all day and say, "Oh, my life is bad. Why everybody can? Oh, why everybody have it? And I can't have it," because you're not there. You're not yet tapped into what is to be the most beautiful thing that is the existence. You already don't exist, and it was your choice anyway. So why are you not grateful for your choice? You chosen to be here. If you chosen to be here, why are you complaining? I could not understand this. I was like miserable and sad and depressed. I have days that are very bad, but those days are influenced when I feel the weight of the world on top of me. Because now I feel it when other people's weight is weighing down on me. I say, okay, thank you, because this person is going through that. I've manifested, so thank you. And it's the gratitude that happens. The miracles happens. Do you agree, Joe? This is
Oh,
major.
yes,
All the
absolutely.
laws.
Uh, Diana Fernandez chimed in, said, yes, gratitude is key. While that's not one of the universal 12 laws, there is,
No, but
we still work on the principle of the law of gratitude. For me, that I'm grateful for everything. I start every day, every meditation I do, I start with Thank you, God. Thank you, Father. Thank you, my Creator, for everything you've
Thank you.
given me. Thank you for every opportunity you've allowed me to create in my life. And thank you for all of the opportunities and all of the beauty you're going to allow me to create moving forward. Those things that I don't even know about yet, that are only imagined in my mind. I'm so grateful for what's to come, even though I don't know what's to come. I don't know all the puzzle pieces yet, but I'm grateful for the whole, you know, for everything. I'm grateful for all that is and all that's allowed me to do this and be here in front of you guys today. I'm grateful
Uh-huh.
for the ability to be able to do this full time, to share my thoughts, to inspire the world. And I'm grateful for my mission. I'm grateful for knowing and discovering my purpose. You know, everything I view in life, I'm grateful for. And it doesn't have to be these big, huge things. You know what? I'm grateful that I live in a country where I'm in an amazing, beautiful, nice
You're
house.
rich.
I'm air conditioned.
You're
I'm
rich.
covered. I have a roof over my head. All these things we can be grateful for. I'm grateful that I own a car, that I don't have to hop on a horse or a covered wagon to go to the store. I'm grateful for roads, for paved roads. I mean, this is the exercise, you know, gratitude exercises. People get so caught up in, you know, importance and what you need to do. Just walk around your house, spend 5 minutes every day looking at everything in your
Absolutely.
home that you own and be grateful that you have a
Every
TV,
day.
that you can get information in an instant.
We-
I'm grateful for my computer. I'm grateful for this microphone because it's allowing me to talk to you. I mean, everything. Just when we start being
Exactly.
grateful for the gifts and the beauty and the chaos, even that God has given us, then we can start to create and manifest consciously. We're no longer letting our
Uh-huh.
subconscious mind create from fear,
No,
create from lack.
no,
We're creating from
no.
abundance and beauty,
Uh-huh.
if that makes sense to you
Because
guys.
yeah, so all these laws are created for a reason. And Diana, thank you for being here. If you wanna, watch the show later, because we're talking about all these universal laws. There are many more that I will put probably a print on the reality practice maybe tomorrow or something. Actually, tomorrow I'm gonna work all day, but I will try to do it later on anyway. But just remember that these laws are created for our best evolution, for our best ways of ascending, because a lot of us are just living, we're not even understanding what life is about. Although we manifested, or you we not manifested, we volunteered to be down here, we still trying to understand the remembrance of all this. And if remember, if the veil was lifted for everyone right now, and if our conscience was not suppressed, what do you think you'd be doing right now? You guys, you will be doing everything perfect. So you didn't have to be here. This is the school. So the veil is there for a reason. The veil is there so you cannot remember everything. Because if you remember everything you've done, you probably will kill yourself. Because you've done so much wrong in past lives. Believe me, we all did. Nobody's escaped it, even me. We've done so wrong. Every time I remember the things I've done in some lives, it's absolutely agonizing. I was like, oh my gosh, take me there so I can make it right. So that's why the veil is here. Because we could not live with ourselves. We'd be ashamed of ourselves. Believe me, because I know what I'm saying now. We'd be so ashamed of ourselves. We didn't want to be here because the veil was there and everybody was like, oh, she's the one who's like prostitute with that one and that one. Oh, this is the guy that I was drunk all the time and smoking whatever and killing and robbing and raping. Would you think that would be nice for us to exist on a platform that we're gonna be everybody was gonna judge us for everything we've been? That's exactly why the veil is here. If that makes you any comfort, accept who you are now because you're improving yourselves every day. Give yourselves a tap in the back because you came this far and you are now living a reality that is not as horrible as the ones we lived before. That's why the veil is here to protect us as well. It's not just to project something that we don't know, it's to protect us because we'd be ashamed of ourselves, all of us. Do you agree, Joey? We nearly finished anyway, so
Oh, yes.
do you agree? This is a nice way to end.
Oh, yes, yes,
Do you agree?
absolutely. The amount of past lives, trauma, and pure hell, to be honest, that we've experienced throughout our existence.
much.
It's there for us to learn and to grow from. But yeah, we're not consciously, spiritually ready. Most of us, the majority of the
To an
population,
extent,
could not handle what
no,
they've done in their past lives. If you can imagine
no,
the most evil things and ideas in the world,
we've done
in all
it.
likelihood,
We all done
you
it.
have partaken in them and you have done
Yeah,
those evil things
yeah,
in a past life,
yeah.
just like you've done the most
That's why we
amazing,
can judge.
wonderful, beautiful things in past lives as
Uh-huh.
well. The idea is we're just
Yeah,
coming to terms with and to grips with the fact of we've been all these things. We are the collection of that polarity of that good and bad, that evil and
yeah.
light.
And that's
We
why we can
are
judge.
that. So yes, I agree
We must
completely.
not judge.
Yeah, we'll take
And
the
we must not
judgment.
judge. So do
Yes, take the
take the
judgment
judgment
out of
away
it and have the
out of it.
compassion for yourself.
Yeah,
Forgive
yeah.
yourself for having believed the lies, believing who you that you might have been a bad person. Believe it, embrace it, and know that it was there to serve you, to grow, and to
Uh-huh.
bring you into this moment in our reality, to bring us into this evolution. We can't move forward unless we accept the past. So, with that being
Exactly.
said,
And all
we're
these
over an
mirrors,
hour here. So, do you want
let me
any
just
final thoughts there, Liliana, before we get done?
yeah, please just wanted to tell you guys, all these mirrors that we don't like on people, they being you, all you. And that's why we don't like them, because they trigger you something that you've been or you may be going to be if you don't ascend with a compassion and love towards all humans. This is just a prime example that we must not judge because you're just judging yourself. So don't judge. Let it be everything, every person is on their path, on their journey. And now we have the knowledge, we have to let him be. That's it. And thank you so much for being here. I'll let you finish because it's your show, it's our show, but I was let you finish. Thank you so much. Thank you
No
guys for
problem.
being here. I hope you
Uh,
learned something today.
yes, yes. Thank you all for being here. Hey, if you want, in the comments, go ahead and put down one thing. You can put down many things, but as we wrap up today, type out one thing that you're grateful for in your
Yeah,
life. I
yeah,
know, who is it? I know that Diana, I showed it on the screen there, that she's grateful for the two of us, Liliana, you and me. So
oh,
anybody
thank
else
you,
out there
darling. I'm
in the
grateful for you.
comments, just
I'm,
just add
I'm
something
grateful
fun.
for
What are you
you.
grateful for today? And with that being said, we'll wrap up this show. I think today's show was an amazing episode. We got through
Amazing.
so
We
much.
don't plan anything anymore. We
Yeah,
just
we
don't
don't
plan
plan
anything
anything.
anymore.
We
We just
just kind of
that's
let it flow from us. So, if you guys have
it.
topics, things you want to know more about, leave them in the
Just tell us.
comments and tell us,
Yes,
and we'd
please.
be happy to look into discussing them on next shows. As always, tune in every week at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. over in the UK for all you UKians over there. All the Brits. I don't know what do I say? The Brits. So yeah,
Yeah,
you guys
please.
tune in at 6
Yeah.
p.m. Yeah, cheeky, you know what's. I love you guys. Uh, but yeah, tune in each week, every Tuesday. If you miss the show, we do a replay of them on YouTube every Tuesday as well. Be sure to keep checking out the new episodes on Reality Practice Network. We've got new shows coming out almost every day. And if you're interested in working with Liliana, me, or any of your other guides from the network, there's description links in the description box under each show. And we look forward to really announcing some amazing things coming in the very near future. If you guys haven't already, one last thing. The Reality Practice Network has officially launched an Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign because what we're doing, one, is going to cost a lot of money to bring shows around the world to get this network up to the caliber it needs to be to really start making the impact in the world that we want to see. So if you guys can
Uh-huh.
see the beauty, see the plan and what it is we're designing, what we're rolling out here. And if you can afford to donate, even $5, $10 to the cause,
Yeah.
share it far and wide. I'll put the link in the description box here, the comment box. But if you go to the Facebook page, the Reality Practice Network, you can find it there as well. Click on the crowdfunding campaign, see if you can help out. We greatly appreciate it. And we greatly appreciate you, each and every one of you, especially the guys that tune in every
Love it.
week. You guys are awesome. You give us the motivation to want to keep doing this each and every week.
Uh-huh.
I can't believe what we're already at. Like, we've been doing
Achieve.
this like 30 some weeks straight now. I started looking back on it.
Yeah,
It's like, oh my God, I can't even believe we've
I love
been
it.
doing this for, 3/4 of a year already every week, but I think one. So it's so much fun seeing you
Yeah.
guys each week. I love being able to answer your questions. I love being able to see your beautiful face, Liliana. You make my day.
Oh, thank you,
You make my
Sam.
day
You
happy,
make my day
and you're
too,
such
brother.
a beautiful light shining every
It's
week when we
it's
get to
mutual.
talk. I love it.
It's mutual. You see, we attract what you are and what you don't know. Sometimes you just need the other half to present with your vibration. That I lack a few things, you lack a few things, and together it's a perfect. Otherwise, it wouldn't work if it was the other way around anyway. So this is perfect. Thank you, guys. We love you, and you attracted to us because you have a missing piece to our puzzle as well. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you and see you next week. And remember to ask yourself, what reality are you choosing to create today? Bye now.
Bye. So we staying here too, Joey? Just two
No,
for
I'll
5 minutes
I'll
more?
I'll hop on with you afterwards. So give me a minute and I'll reach out.
Okay, no
Bye, guys.
problem. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye.